All right, guys, how's it going? As you can see, I have got my Meh t-shirt on, which means I will be updating Meh United TV today. So I believe the link is in the video description. If not, it's MEH United TV. Meh United TV. Come across, come and subscribe. Shits and giggles and all that. Anyway, how are you doing? I'm still half asleep. I don't know if you can tell. I want to talk to you about an article I saw in Marca today. And it was titled, Xabi wants a midfielder for the Club World Cup. It was written by Jose Felix Diaz, and if you follow my channel, you'll know that I have this guy as the best Real Madrid journalist, in my opinion. Think Paul Joyce and Liverpool, the equivalent of that in Madrid. I connected with him a few months ago to do with the Trent stuff, and everything that he's basically written regarding Trent over, say, the last year or so has been absolutely on the money. So there's a lot of journalists, there's good, there's bad. Jose Felix Diaz is the one that I would advise to you that you listen to if he mentions anything to do with Liverpool. Last week, I think he was talking about Ibrahim Konate 2 days running, which was enough for me to take it that Real Madrid were looking at trying to sign him on a free next year, which is why Liverpool must get him tied down now. But a few weeks ago, he also mentioned Alexis Allister and said that he was one of, a few players that were on a list, if you like, that was being discussed at, boardroom level at the Bernabeu, and there was no emphasis on, they're going all out for Alexis Allister. But he was a name. And if you remember, around the same time, Alexis Allister's father was talking about Real Madrid and his son. And it all happened at the same time. And basically what Jose Felix Diaz said was, isn't it a coincidence that his dad's talking about Alexis Allister today, and on the very same day, or within 24 hours, Real Madrid were discussing him as a potential transfer target. Now, in this article, there is no mention of Alexis Allister. It's me just thinking and just planting the seed with you, just to consider and just look out for, I think. Now, it's interesting that in the headline, it says that Xabi wants a midfielder for the Club World Cup. As you know, they're taking this competition very seriously. That's why they want Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's worth 100 million for playing just 7 games. It's just, the Champions League, you get less than that, and you have to play 13 to 15 games, right? Okay, so they want that money, right? But with regards to midfielder, if they want, I'm not suggesting that they're going to go for Alexis Allister in the next few weeks for that tournament. But if you read on, you'll understand, right? So if we read on. So it says here, Marca, this is his words now, Marca had already reported on the position Xabi Alonso wants to strengthen to go into the Club World Cup with solid chances of success. On that shopping list was a right-back. Alexander-Arnold's signing is done, pending confirmation of his participation in the US tournament. In other words, once Liverpool and Real Madrid have come to an agreement to release him from his contract early. That's why I think Trent surprises with his announcement before the parade. Because I think that he got that announcement out so that Real Madrid and Liverpool could start negotiating. Because it would have leaked from Spain, of course, right? So, the other area is to reinforce the centre-back, and in brackets it says Huijsen. All that looks like it's going to go through now. And a left-back with Alvaro Carreras, the favourite, and Grimaldo also on the radar. The big new development from those talks between the club and the coach, Alonso, is that Real Madrid are also working on signing a midfielder specifically for the upcoming FIFA tournament this summer. So they would like someone for that. In fact, this objective currently takes priority over that of the left-back, Martin Zubimendi. Alonso said he would like to see him at Real Madrid. People think things have been agreed with Arsenal, but nothing's been signed yet. So Zubimendi could be that player that slots in, in there for the tournament for midfield. The goal is to find a proper team player, a midfielder clearly of Real Madrid quality, as Rafa Benitez would say, quality, for sure. but not necessarily a top star, someone that's like world-class status at the moment, or someone involved in a deal approaching 100 million euros. That type of move is not on Real Madrid's agenda at the moment, neither for the Club World Cup nor for next season. Angelo Stiller, a 24-year-old German midfielder from Stuttgart and international, is one of the players in the article that is mentioned as a possibility. This, of course, is a player that Liverpool are sniffing around, and he's described as an organiser type of midfielder, and he's valued at around 40 million euros. Other names are mentioned in the article, but I wanted to mention Stiller because obviously the Liverpool connection. He too featured at the Bernabeu this season with Stuttgart in the Champions League. He too, someone else must have done earlier in the article. In talks with Alonso, the signing of a midfielder was deemed necessary. Not necessarily as a direct replacement for Cruz, but certainly someone who can ease the load in midfield and help with build-up play, something Madrid have largely lacked this season. So you can see why Alexis McAllister was discussed at boardroom level recently. So the reason I'm making the video really is Jose Felix Diaz has mentioned Alexis McAllister. He wouldn't do that unless someone within Real Madrid had told him that he was a serious contender, someone that they were looking at. There's like a bit of a mood in the fan base, the Liverpool fan base at the moment, that Liverpool could make a surprise sale this summer, in midfield, because of some of the names we're being linked with and stuff like that. But there's nothing there to suggest that. In fact, Szoboszlai is the name that, I keep seeing the fans going, I've got a sneaky feeling Szoboszlai might be sold, I'm not buying into that at the moment. I don't see that happening. I don't know if you guys are thinking the same, but quite a few fans, if you were to say to me what's one of the things that people are talking about the most in your comments at the moment, in terms of an outgoing, not incoming, Szoboszlai is the one that people go, I wonder if he could be sold, Anyway, and McAllister, I can't see that either happening, to be honest with you. I've got no alarm bells ringing at my end. I don't know about you. But when they're talking about a midfielder for next year, it's not just about, this tournament now. It makes me wonder if they might make an attempt for Alexis McAllister. But the good part there, maybe, is if they didn't come in for him for the FIFA Club World Cup, right, which there's no suggestion they will, then they're not going to come in later in the season, because if they wanted him, they're going to want him for that tournament, right? Not in the season, sorry, in the summer window. But it does leave the door open on next year. Alexis McAllister has previously said he would like to play in Spain. He did an interview. It wasn't with one of the Spanish football dailies, was it? It was to do with some brand of his that he was promoting, I'm sure. Anyway, and in that interview, would you like to play in Spain one day? And his response was kind of like yeah, why not? Yeah, sort of thing. And I think he's good enough for Real Madrid. I'm not trying to push him there, guys, so please don't start caps locking me to death. I just think he falls into that category of what they're saying there, that it has to be a Real Madrid player. But then again, he's Trent Alexander-Arnold at Real Madrid. They would never have paid money for him. I mean, they might have given you that little bit of money in January, February to try and make a deal happen. But no, they wouldn't have paid 50, 60, 70, 89 million for him, would they? But Real Madrid like to do things on the cheap, as you know. Hence, I believe they're targeting Konate for next year, certainly making that known to him. But they're willing to spend on a midfielder. So the reason for the video is just look out for Alexis McAllister stuff. I don't see any signs of that cropping up anytime soon because of that Club World Cup. Football's a strange game. But we just need to look out for any links coming out. Because what I'm trying to say is I think we are going to see Alexis McAllister being heavily mentioned with Real Madrid at some point. I do, guys. I really do believe that. But I'm thinking maybe more down the line, maybe after the next season's got underway, stuff like that. I'm not expecting it anytime soon. I'm checking, I check the Spanish football dailies for you all the time. I have made some, some friends, or I hate saying I hate saying contacts and sources. I feel like I'm, working for GiveMeSport.com or something. But yeah, just made some contact with people in Spain this year, which is quite beneficial to the website and this channel, I think. So it's always good to get as many opinions as you can and give you as many opinions as possible, and then let you come up with the conclusion as to whether you think something might happen. But I'm definitely, my views, I don't know, you got your own, let me know what they are. I think Alexis McAllister, I think they're going to go for Alexis McAllister. I do. I think we're going to see him shortlisted from the infamous list of possibilities. And I think maybe later in the year, I think that we'll start seeing him mentioned with them. Whether they'll go for him or not, who knows? But it's certainly something I want you to consider. As for a midfielder for this tournament, the Stiller one, maybe that would affect our plans. Who knows? Keep an eye on it, guys. All right. I gotta go. I'll leave you with it. Don't forget there'll be a morning briefing coming up on my personal YouTube channel within the next hour, I guess. At Duncan Oldham is the username. The link will pop up on the screen anytime now. And the link's in the video description as well. So if you want to see what I'm getting up to, what's going on behind the scenes with Cop Talk, and plenty of other Liverpool stuff comes up in there as well, do come over to the other side. All right. If you appreciate this video, if you like this video, thumbs it up, drop me a comment, let me know what you think. There's a few names being mentioned in there to do with Liverpool: Konate, McAllister, Stiller, Zubimendi even. You might have opinions on any of these players and where their futures lie. So yeah, thumbs up, comment. If you would like to support the channel, which helps me, this is all I do, then please hit the love heart under the video. It's what's called a super thanks. It enables me to buy alcohol, coffee, etc., etc. And I need some coffee right now. Definitely need a coffee because I'm tired. All right, guys. Right. I'll see you in a bit. Shout out to the channel members as well. They're the lovely people with the football next to the name in the comments section. They're royalty around here. All right. Cheers. Live on here today at 1 o'clock UK time. I'll see you then.